Hey, you know it is cats and chicks out there. You know it is D-Man the Greaser, and I just been kind of thinking a little bit. And well, I just came back from Phoenix, Arizona. Went to see my buddy Tim at Cigars Daily. Sat on the live stream. Had had the American Viking, Filthy Viking, um, from Tim at Cigars Daily, which is a American Viking product. Anyway, besides the whole point, they're yeah, I'm just sitting on the live smoking whatever. And I've been kind of coming across on, when I was sitting in the lounge before the live stream started, and I've been kind of, I like to go scroll through my Instagram or whatever, see what's what, and something that kind of got to me a little bit. And I saw this one feller. Not gonna say who it is, not gonna say names or anything, but saw a person like from the rockabilly community who does YouTube a little bit, and he posted on his story about like he got a hate comment, and he kind of retaliated, posted stuff about it. And of course I told him, say, hey, just be careful of hate comments, stuff like that, rage baiters, internet warriors, whatever.
Let me move this thing. I don't like the way it's set.
Here you go. There you go. Just like, typical rage baiter, hate comments, negative comments. And I'm not talking about like critic comments or critique comments, the comments that say, oh, the what you should do kind of person, or what you need to do better, I don't consider those hate comments. I really could just consider those as like a critique comments, the what you should do kind of guy comment. But I'm talking about like hate comments, someone's just gonna poke fun of you, just be an asshole, just for no reason, and just trying to get the best of you. And I just told, and of course the guy kind of retaliated, kind of poke a little fun back a little bit, and you could do that. And I kind of just said, I just got to be careful of those guys. They're just there to rage bait you, and they just like to loathe on you for those kind of comments, and just be careful with that. And he kind of, but then again, he kind of was like, he reacted to it. But again, I'm not going to go into full detail. I'm not here to talk about that certain person, but I just kind of want to talk about for a lot of people who want to start YouTube or any kind of social media platform, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, or whatever platform you want to start on. And this is kind of my take, and this is coming from a guy who's been doing YouTube since really technically 2018 or 2019, whatever my oldest video is. Yeah, it's got to be 2018. Yeah, 2018. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, my oldest video on this channel at least was from 2018. And of course, I really started doing this channel in 2020, because of COVID and all that shit. And, this is coming from a guy who's been doing this for a while, and also doing TikTok for a while, whatever. And I get my fair share of like rage baiter comments, those kind of hate comments. And sometimes I have, and and this is when I first kind of started out a little bit, sometimes I would retaliate, whatever, and it would give them a lot of fuel. And this is where I'm going to go at. This is kind of a YouTube or social media 101 if you guys are going to start on YouTube. All right, so here we go. Gotta get my Diet Coke in. I'm thirsty. I've been smoking a cigar. Really good cigar though. It's actually a new one. It's called the Red Meat Lovers Fratanga. This is a Toro size. Comes from Steve Saka from Dunbarton Tobacco. Very good cigar. Very good economy cigar. And yeah, so if you guys want to know what I'm smoking, that's what it is. Anyway, to the point of this video, and sorry if my thing is flashing. My lighting is not as good as it used to be. I'm using this light right now. It's not as good as it used to be, but anyway, that's just the ADHD in me. All right, back to the whole, what I'm just going to talk about. And this kind of goes on to the whole one-on-one things of starting out, whether it's YouTube or TikTok or just any social media platform. Just be careful with those kind of hate comments that you guys get. You guys can react if you want, but just keep in mind, I wouldn't go, if you want to react to it, go, by all means, go for it. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but this is my best advice, and this is coming from a guy that's been doing YouTube for a while and TikTok for a while, that don't give them too much fuel. If you want to, do it, but you know, this is kind of what I've learned over the past. And you know, even if you do respond and retaliate, if someone makes fun of you saying, "Oh, you know, your hair looks goofy, your look looks goofy. Oh, who smokes cigars?" You know, like hate comments, just someone just gonna rage you and rage bait you. You know, the best way is don't retaliate back. You know, that's what they're feeding off. You know, that's what they're doing. They're hating on you, or they're giving you those kind of responses so that you can actually go off go off on them, and it gives them even more fuel to them to poke fun of you back. And yeah, just don't take those comments too hard. You know, they're just rage baiting you. Don't even bother responding. It's just my advice. You can just leave them be. Just let them be. Just do what they do best. You know, just leave them in your videos if you want to. I mean, in the end of the day, they kind of do look silly. But yeah. Or the other thing you can do is just delete them off your account or channel, and that's that. If you don't want them on there, if they get to that kind of a certain extent as well. But if you want to retaliate, by all means, go for it. But I don't. I mean, I'm not going to recommend it, but just do what you want to do. But I don't recommend it just because, you know, because coming from past I done, you know, it just gives them more fuel. You know, gives them more reasons to make fun of you, and it's just like, you know, they're internet warriors, they're keyboardists, they're losers behind a keyboard, trying to like just trying to bust your balls. You know, that's all they're trying to do. They're just trying to get you to get mad and rage, and yeah, they're just internet warriors. You know, that's what they are. They're wusses. They're cowards behind a keyboard. That's why I say just either just don't even bother with them, or just delete them off your channel. And yeah, that's but that's just kind of just some friendly advice about if you guys are starting a YouTube channel or TikTok and you get those hate comments, yeah, just don't keep those into hard. I wouldn't even bother retaliating, and yeah. But also a good thing about good comments though, and I do appreciate a lot of comments, like, is the what you should do kind of comment. You know, what you should do. I call them critic comments, or what you should do comment. You know, I may do like a cigar. For example, if I did a cigar video, cut it in a way that I usually cut it, maybe someone will be like, oh, you should cut it this way, or you should light it or smoke it this way, or you should play your guitar this way, be better at it, blah, 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 blah. See, I take those to heart, because it's like, okay, this stuff I can learn, or learn off of, see what other people are coming from, but I'm not going to like let it affect me too much. But it's good critic, you know, keep critique, just have a good sense of criticism. You know, you may get that, and you know, that's cool. And that means if you take criticism lightly, and you don't, and you do, and you want to learn from it, you're doing a good job. I say keep at it. If you don't want to keep criticism too lightly, and you don't want to, and you're just stubborn about it, you know what, yeah. Just keep criticism lightly. You know, take the criticism if you need to. I mean, it's the best way to learn, and it helps me learn too. But yeah, but again, just stay away from, you know, just don't bother with rage baiters. Keep criticism lightly, and yeah, you guys will do good on social media if you guys are starting out there. All right, this is D-Man the Greaser signing out, and I'll see you on the next video. Dig it. Have a good one.